Greetings, dear ones. We greet you now within this energy of space. We are the spokespeople, the spokesman, the voice of that which is the council of many councils. We have within ourselves the multitude of the Galactic Federation, the Brotherhood of Light, the councils of many species that you have not yet discovered, nor will you probably come into the awarenesses of. There are many various groupings of which humanity is but one. Together we have combined the knowledges of the many cultural and species groups, and we come to bring enlightenment and teaching, and at times warnings, depending on the circumstances of that which is the moment. We have asked this one to record, to copy our voice, our image upon that which is your network. For your timings are coming into play. Your years are beginning to meld one into the other faster and faster. Many of the sightings and teachings and benchmarks and lines in the sand that you have placed for tests and challenges, not only of yourself, but of us, of the energy realm, come and gone. Your predictions have fallen flat. And yet there is one prediction that is gaining a stronghold because it is born of fear. But in the fear there is much truth. What is this that we refer to? It is but the teaching of the end times. Even that makes us want to laugh. The Armageddon, the great war of the planet, the great destruction, based on the visions and the words of wise men in times gone by, all trying to interpret something they did not understand. And this is how it has been right from the beginning. So let us bring some clarity. Yes, there will be an increase in the detrimental livelihoods of humanity. By this we mean you will see more death. You will see more destruction. And you will see those that rail against it. Why is this happening? Surely if there is a God, surely the energies have told us, or would have told us, or should have told us. But we have. Many times we have said to you that there will be a time of separation. And you have all interpreted these things and these statements and these teachings in your own personal ways to suit yourselves. Now is for you to understand that there is a path that is being forged. And this path is a path of separation. A path that will show a definite duality in your world. And part of this forging of the path will come the revelations of the hidden parts of your world. What do we mean by this? It should not be unknown to you that there are those hiding amongst you, walking amongst you, utilizing the visual aspect of humanity to disguise their counterparts and counterfeits, the countenance of what they are. Many species live among you. Many groups have taken refuge upon this planet. Yet they fear humanity more than humanity fears them, for if they were to reveal themselves, they would be regarded as alien. Rounded up, captured, dissected, interfered with. Funny, this is exactly how you'd claim certain alien races do unto the human species. Perhaps there is more in common with some of your species and those that are known as the Greys. We do not make a judgment, we are making a comparison that there are some of your scientific groupings that are just as bad, if you wish to use this word, as there are some aliens of renegade quality. But let us refer back to the reason of the path of separation. For as this forging of this path begins, those that choose to walk upon it will see both the human and non-human. For those that walk upon the path will see a way of being that is organic. A return to the, what you would say in your human terms, the old ways. But be warned, it is not always wise to return to the old ways. For there are many things in this day and in this moment that would benefit you to retain. Observe what they are, what would serve you. For your communication devices are paltry and childish in many ways. What would it be to enhance the telepathic amongst you and use this as communication? Telekinesis is something that has been forgotten for many years, but is still very present in some of your youth and in the non-human humans living amongst you. There are many things that you could learn from each other if you would but walk the path that is forging the separation. Now please note that what we have said is there is a path that is forging separation in this time, and therefore there must be something that needs to be separated. There is what you would call the dark, or those that are so focused on the destruction of humanity and the world for their own good and their own purposes that they have forgotten the light. And the light is no use to them. They have forgotten their roots, if you wish to call it this. And then there are those that refer to themselves as the light workers, those who have rejected the ways of the dark, so they say, and embraced the teachings of light, of love, of unselfish love, of service. But if you look at this group, there are many there that are there for the sole purpose of getting everything they can for as little as they can. They are just replicating what they saw and how they functioned in this area, what they chose to leave as dark. Yet even in this grouping known as the light workers, there are separations. There are those leaving the community because they see through the lies, the deceptions, the manipulations, the twistings. And they form yet another group. And yet they are based on the teachings of everything that they have experienced. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is, because this is the format and the formulation and the template of your mental arena. And then there is the group that does not fit. You call them the misfits, the strange ones, the outsiders, ones who seek only to come to a place of balance, to a place where they can identify the truth for themselves, who speak wisdom and truth, and are catalysts amongst you at times to your detriment and your pain. And it is only afterwards that they have left you that you see the change that they have brought in your life. And so you follow after them because you want to continue this journey of growth. But you do not find them. For the misfits will never be identified, and the misfits will never be a group. They will be a driving force. They will be individuals within a community. They will draw people together with a common reason and a common thought and a common purpose. But they will not be elected. They will not be the forerunners and the foreleaders. Rather, they will be the ones that go, yes, they will be forerunners in your terminology of going forward and making the paths that are needed. But they will not be the forerunners or the foreleaders of a community that just stays put. So there is the clarification. But understand this, dear ones. When you find the misfits, honor them. Do not worship them, do not raise them up, but honor them, respect them. Give them what their due is. For they may come across to you as ones who are poor or rich. But how do you identify the need within yourself to hear them? to resonate with them. We, the council, would say to you, identify using the core energy of you. The consciousness that lives within you, that is connected to the consciousness of the universe, that is connected to the consciousness of the being of you. Instinctively and intuitively knows. There are those amongst you that present images of togetherness, of civility. The front that you see is not the truth. It is always advisable to investigate. But when you find the truth, for as long as it is with you, honor it. In whichever way is possible, honor it. For those that teach the truth, those that come to you to bring you the teachings, are not always the ones that you would expect. And then there are those that have been around who have undergone great changes in their vibrations and in their meditative states. They have gone through changes in their heart, in the pineal, in the cellular, and their vibration has shifted and come into a new place of being, that although they seem the same on the outside, the internal is completely uniquely changed, and they bring you teachings, and they bring you wisdom that has not yet been heard in your arena. Honor them. Support them. Allow them to do that which is why they are here in this moment of time freely. It may be for a moment, it may be for a longer moment. It may be for that which is the length of time your heart dictates. But there is a forging of a new path, a new wisdom. Not new that it totally disseminates what has been here before, not new that it totally uproots everything that you know, but so it does this as well. But as it uproots and as it disseminates and as it breaks down and as it comes to a place of total deconstruction of what you thought you knew, it will give you the rebuilding tools. The truth will come in and will be tools for you to present to yourself to build yet again on the foundation that has always been in your heart. Dear ones, the time that you exist in at this moment is a fluctuating space continuum. There are many vibrational changes occurring, and it is as if you would call the spinning of the coin. It is spinning. Which side will the coin flip and stay? Understand that if you are in your truth and you are grounded within that which is the energy of Gaia, connected to the universal energy, you will be unchanged, unswayed by the coin flip. Because the energy that is here is seeking ones of groundedness to be able to be filtered and to be a filter for the new energy that is entering in. Do not look at your age or lack of age. This is not something that you should allow to prevent you from moving. You know to whom we speak. You are aware as our voices speak to you, you are resonating. It is time to waken. It is time to become the path makers, to forge between two places, two energy forces, where no path has been forged before. This is, as has been said before, not something for the weak-hearted, or for those who think they can do it. It is for those who know no fear. It is for those who have raised their swords and their shields in previous battles. It is time for the human and non-human angels to rise and walk this path together. It is time for the energies of the Pleiadians and the Arcturians to unite in symbiotic agreement. It is a time for those of the Orion and the Sirius to lay down their differences and to see their commonalities. It is time for Andromeda to recognize the importance they play. For none is greater than, and none is less than. But all of this without the human species and the planet Earth cannot be done. For it is with the humans and the permission of the planetary system that this can be done. For this is the planet of choice, freedom, acknowledgement of self, identification of awareness, consciousness connection. So it is time for a new beginning. It is time to step up and to allow the change that is within you to unfold. We are the council, and we will leave you with this. But know that there are many that can assist you. You are not alone. You are not here to decipher things on your own. There are many ascended masters, teachers, both human and non. Just as we have called upon the groupings of the heavens or the universal families to come together from Lyran all the way through, So we ask the humans to put aside their differences, from the ashrams to the churches, and to realize that there is but one commonality. You are humans. You all bleed. You all eat. You all sleep. You all desire comfort and warmth and clothing and food. And this alone should be a common enough purpose to come together to forge a new way of life, a new way of being. You were not meant to be a slave race. The original earthlings, the indigenous of this earth, and by this we refer to the entirety of the humans that were here in original status, not what you have defined in a human, small-minded, planetary system of indigenous peoples. Yes, you have indigenous groupings, but even amongst those there are the original ones that can trace back to the original beings. These memories will set you free. They are not the Akashic memories that have been placed within you and within the whole of the species of those that live both human and non-blended. The human indigenous, the original human, has a memory that cannot be removed from its heart. It is the memory of the pink skies. It is a memory of that which is the original earth before the interference. You are not and never were meant to be a slave race. It is time, earthlings, humans, people of the Lightworker community, and those who hear this voice, it is time to take back your empowered lives. We are not advocating that you take up arms. We are advocating that you take up peace, that you take up your right to live as free beings, as unified beings. We are the Council, and we will return with more at a time that we are to be.